Clearly, something's happened. I seem to have lost the wind in my sails. It is, of course, because most ordinary people get affected by what's going on in the world. And I'm no different. I just cannot understand war, diplomacy. We have diplomacy at our disposal. I thought we were going forward, but we certainly seem to be going back to Francesca's time. Isn't it ironic, that expression? I'm going to bomb them to the Stone Age. Let me put this into perspective. For myself, we'll use the Pareto principle, the 80-20. I would go 90-10. 90% of the people in the world just want to live in peace. But it's the 10% that always gets what it wants. And so to begin the conclusion of this commission, the warmth of Francesca, the final foundational column. After this, a quick construction of the walls, and then the roof. I could say a few things about a 10 coupon flight wallet. Back in the day, that would be 3 tickets stapled together, 2 4 coupons and 1 2 coupon. It could easily be an RTW, but in our case, we've gone to hell and back. Goethe, Johann Wolfgang. His arrival into life was on a golden parachute. Means he almost didn't make it. There were complications, his mom had experienced during the childbirth. Goethe would later say, because of his arrival, there were updates, changes made to the medical journal, processes and procedures, which helped save the lives of many that came after him. You know how they say, you have to find out what is your purpose. What were you meant to do in this life? Many people, they figure this out. Their higher purpose. I would hazard a guess that Goethe must have known that his purpose in life was charity. Certainly it goes beyond these ironclad definitions. There's a biographical book written about Goethe, this man, Rudiger Safransky. It's titled Life as a Work of Art. There's the story of his first love, which is really quite amusing. The experience had a long and lasting impact. Goethe was born to a fairly influential family, and both mom and dad seem to have been pretty cool people. Grandma too. And his grandpa was the mayor of Frankfurt. I have said so much about Goethe in the past, so I'll skip over first love. The way he fell, really you could call it a face blank. We all remember our teenage years, the first time we started going out on our own, experiencing the freedom, the independence of adulthood. God only knows what could have happened in each of our cases. And yet, here we are, in stable condition. In the case of Goethe, he meets this group of youth who are slightly older to him. And in this group was Gretchen. He started hanging out with them because he wanted to spend time with Gretchen. And so to entertain them, to find his place in this group, he would regale them with the poetic speech, the great stories from history. They were happy to have him around. Besides, he's the mayor's grandson. Goethe, this is his first encounter with the world, with people. He was trusting, had no idea that these kids were up to no good. Mischief. There's this nice story about Goethe and Gretchen, hand in hand, during a royal ceremonial event, coronation or something. Those days, it must have been like going on a first serious date. Days pass, and he's spending more and more time with this group of youth. One day, they ask Goethe if he's able to write a love letter, as if from a maiden to a man, within the context of an adulterous relationship. He produces one within a few minutes. Then they get him to respond to this letter, as if from the guy to the gal, and several like this. Goethe had no idea that these letters were being used as an entrapment to romantically entangle some of the officials in the city. in a scheme to blackmail them. It became a huge scandal. Fortunately, the police were able to foil this plot, and the youth were arrested, reprimanded. For young Goethe, this was the first taste of disappointment in people. He could not accept that Gretchen was a part of this too. He was present at the courts for her deposition. She was asked, "What was your involvement with the mayor's grandson?" What did she say? "I liked hanging out with him, but I didn't see him as anything more than a little brother." Apparently, Goethe was devastated. Word is that he fell ill, which is understandable. So you can imagine two simultaneous blows: betrayal of trust and rejection. This had affected him for the rest of his life, I think, because after this, he had had so many romantic relationships, but no closure. He just wouldn't commit. There is one story where we can see that he started to reach for the impossible. Charlotte, she's engaged to be married and finally does get married, but he continues on his relationship with her. Friendly, but with romantic overtones. He was in love, ends in heartbreak, the cliff edge of despair. Suicide was contemplated. He pours it all into a novel, The Sorrows of Young Werther. Werther is Goethe. This book became hugely successful. Prints, reprints, it was translated into 7 languages. Goethe, at 24, a celebrity. In the story, Werther blows his head off, commits suicide. He dies. So Goethe can live. It's how he cures himself from the pain. Now, what does this have to do with Francesca, you ask? I have no idea. Maybe it is that love is complicated. Love is rare. Do you remember that story about Hephaestus coming down to earth and seeing this couple in a loving embrace? He asked them, "Is this what you desire? To be together forever? Because I can weld the two of you together. That way you'll have one life to live, and one death, and one life in eternity." And most of us will say, "Thank you, but no thank you." I want to play a song from Hootie and the Blowfish today. Here is She Crawls Away Again.